Well, today we're hanging out at the Gateway to Okemo, a quintessential historic town called Chester. Now, even though Chester is quaint and very charming, it is still worth checking out. Now, you'd actually be surprised, for a town this size, there's actually a lot going on. There's a village green, concerts, farmers markets, craft shows, a historic library, and cemetery where Revolutionary War soldiers are actually buried. And Chester's also home to all sorts of neat restaurants and shops, and right now we're going to head into Gallery 103 and check it out.
Payne and I invite you to our gallery along with Zach and Mia, who will greet you when you come in the door. These are our Country Junction soy candles, which make wonderful gifts. This is our Christmas room, and we have many beautiful ornaments handmade by different artists. Raiku pottery has beautiful depth of color, a reflection of earth and fire.
This piece is 5 pines and it's torch cut steel by Elise. And I put it together, do the grinding work, and heat it to get those marvelous colors.
This is Ken Pick's stoneware pottery, and he's very well known for his bright colors in his glazes in contrast to the textures and etching in the stoneware. Randy Adams' beautiful silverwood trees, handcrafted from silver wire. Chris Sherwin's new sea creatures, starfish and jellyfish. Perfume bottles are a classic, beautiful example of the blown glass art. This is our new line of hand-thrown porcelain pottery by Magpot Studio. This is Charlie Baker, and she creates stained glass panels around antique pieces of pressed glass. Zach has found his favorite rug, and we hope that you'll come in and find yours. Find the perfect piece of jewelry for yourself or for someone else. Handcrafted sterling silver, semi-precious stones, pearls.
Don't miss the chocolate room at Gallery 103. We have chocolate here with an artistic twist. An all-time favorite here is the peanut butter crunchies. We've got our new gourmet pizzas, chocolates by the individual piece or in gift boxes.
You can see all this artwork at our Gallery 103 in Chester on Route 103, Chester, Vermont. Welcome to Junker's Studio. This is where my husband and I do our metal work. Loving nature, loving the mountains, the villages, the meadows, and that's what inspires me. After I finish sketching this piece, I'm going to take my plasma torch and I'm going to cut it out.
This is now cutting with the plasma torch. It's a special torch that actually uses electricity and air, and it superheats it to the point of the temperature of the sun and actually vaporizes the steel. So it's a very specialized piece of equipment and allows her to do incredible detail.
Here we are at my painting studio, and I started painting years ago when I was in high school. I loved folk art, so I eventually started painting on pieces that I had cut out of metal.
I've been blacksmithing for at least 30 years, probably 25, 28 as a business person. I make everything from gates to chandeliers to hardware. My background is in traditional blacksmithing, but over the years you challenge yourself, so I get into the more modern aspects of metalworking. So I like to consider myself a metal artist with an artist blacksmith background. My work is shown at Gallery 103 in Chester, Vermont. It's a great space where I can exhibit my work, large and small. Well, I'm inspired by a lot of different things. It depends on my mood, what's around me, if I've been traveling. Sitting behind the anvil, this is where I do a lot of my work. Anvil, hammer, and a hot piece of steel. What I do is I basically shape the steel when it's hot. As it cools off, I can no longer hammer it. So you have to move very quickly when you're blacksmithing, and you have to know and contemplate what your next move is, because what happens is if you don't know where you're going with the piece, you kind of stand there and look at it, and by that time it's cold. You name it, I've made it at one point or another. I've done lighting, fireplace equipment, gates, tables, chairs. A lot of the work I do or have done has passed from generation to generation and will continue to do so.
If you come visit our Gallery 103, you'll find all these beautiful pieces that my husband Payne makes and pieces that I make as well, all finished, functional, beautiful, and ready to take home to use.